Onward and upward in regards to the budget, Mr. Matursky and I will present some information to the board and the community. We can take a review of what we've proposed and has been adopted as the budget for next year. First of all, looking at some of our statistics around the district, we are under 10,000 students for the first time in many, many years, with 14 schools, a 94% graduation rate. Just under 11% of our students receive special education services, 3.3% English language learners, and almost 16.5% are participating in our free and reduced meal program. What has those changes been like over the last 5 years in the district? We've had an enrollment decline of 3%. At the same time, a 36.3% increase in the number of families that qualify for free and reduced meals. That includes 435 additional families now than there were 5 years ago qualifying for that program. English language learners, we've seen a 58.5% increase in students who have English as a second language. Some of that is due to changing New York State regulations last year, and also other pieces to this is we are seeing an influx of students moving into our district from other countries. Some of our budget development goals is to support our quality educational program, stay within the tax cap, and of course prioritize instructional needs to sustain the educational program for all students. What does our budget accomplish? It maintains the current level of academic and extracurricular programming. It includes nearly $1.4 million in salary expense reductions, which we'll talk about shortly, and it adheres to the New York State tax cap of 2.67% on the tax levy. What does it accomplish as well? It also supports our Link Crew and Web program, Sources of Strength, and our elementary recess program. It funds a new summer school for high school students with special needs, a new 15-to-1 class for special education, and adds an additional assistant principal at North High School, replacing an assistant administrator who is retiring at the end of this year. And this is being accomplished through budget reallocations and reduction in BOCES services. We're also in this budget proposing that we reduce class size guidelines in third grade down from 23 to 27 students to 22 to 26 students. If you look at this chart, it shows you where we have gone over the last 3 years, where we've reduced the class size guidelines in kindergarten from 18 to 22 down to 16 to 20 students. Grade 1, 2, and now 3, those guidelines have gone down, have decreased by 1 student each. And at this time, I'll turn it over to Mr. Matursky to continue to talk about some of our expenditures. Mr. Matursky.
Thank you, Dr. Martzloff. Again, this information is a review. The employee salary amount represents the largest increase we have, almost $3.6 million. $100,000 increase in Social Security. Health insurance is up by a little over $417,000. Student services is up by $100,000, and we have a debt service increase of $100,000 in transportation or bus transportation for $200,000, which is per contract. Our total increase is $4,516,614. On the revenue side, as we all know, the state has not passed a budget yet. At this point, the governor has provided legislation for an extender. What the extender actually does is it allows the state to pay bills related to this current school year, but does not provide funding for school districts into the new school year. So on our revenue side, state aid represents, in this case, a decrease of a little bit under $175,000. Sales tax is up by $125,000. Other is $44,000, and the largest increase is our tax levy of $3,125,488, and that is at the tax cap amount of 2.67%. So our total increase is $3,119,604. And again, we're under the tax cap. So estimated revenues and our program continuation expenses, as you can see, result in a budget shortfall of $1,397,010. And that was, we were able to remove that shortfall by having salary expense reductions that were primarily done through the recent retirements, and many of which the board saw this evening. So again, just looking at how the revenue side looks from the various major categories, you can see what the percentages are, and that is 21.8% of state aid. The next one, which is the largest, is our tax levy of 64.67%. And again, our new budget total for 17-18 would be proposed at $186,135,210. And this shows the graphical presentation where you see the large share of our property tax levy. On the expenditure side, again, major categories. You can see general support would be the administration and all items, including the facilities department and those support areas here in district office. It's about $20.5 million. Instruction, as it should be, is our largest budget item of $107,844,701, or almost 58%. And then benefits is the next largest at $37.5 million, or 20.15%. Again, the total $186,135,210. So again, on a pie chart showing it with the percentages, you can see the largest share is our instructional area, followed by benefits.
Over the last 5 years, we've seen the tax levy come in under the tax cap each year, and this year is no different at 2.67%. As a result of a 1.7% budget-to-budget increase. The tax rate estimated right now at 1.42%. We anticipate that to decrease between now and August when we set those tax rates due to the reassessments. Speaking of the reassessments, a total assessed value increasing would decrease the school tax rate, as I mentioned, but it does not result in an increase in the amount of money the district is able to get. So the district does not get any additional revenue due to the town of Amherst reassessment that is currently underway. The New York State tax cap law controls the increase for the actual tax levy at 2.67%. And it's important for people to note that the school district has no input into the town's reassessment program. So if you think of the reassessment program changing the amount of the slice of the pie that each of our property owners is responsible for, however, the size of the pie remains the same. So we'll just also share there was some interest at the last board meeting from some board members in regards to charter school tuition and how that impacts our school district. We're budgeted for 18 students. We currently have 15, I believe, at $11,404, and the estimated tuition going up to $12,887. Which increases this particular budget code by just over $22,000. We also have to provide buses to students to their charter schools, and a single bus cost is $46,910. There are also some questions from the board when it comes to federal grant funding. And this next couple of slides shares information on the Title I IDEA Section 611 and 619 grants and what they cover. Feel free to read that at your leisure. I'm not going to read it to you, but it gives you an idea of what's involved in all of our various grants and what they cover. It covers, for example, our UPK program, And it's important to note it excludes the New York State Teacher Center grant amount of $41,051. And these 16-17 budget amounts are from the State Education Department's grant finance department. They were taken straight from there, so we could share them with you, a little over $4.1 million. And you can see each of these areas tends to impact our most vulnerable learners, whether they're students who have English as a second language, special education students, or our universal pre-K students. So to summarize, our total estimated 17-18 budget is $186,135,210. Budget to budget increase of 1.7%. A proposed tax levy increase of 2.67%, which is under the New York State tax cap, and an estimated tax increase that is projected to decrease further at 1.42%, which 1.42% as a tax rate increase has been our average over the last 5 years. What happens with a contingent budget? Under state law, school boards can submit a budget to voters a maximum of 2 times. If the proposed budget is defeated twice, we must adopt a contingent budget with a 0% tax levy increase. That number would be $183,015,606, which would require a reduction in the budget of $3,119,604, which would impact a great many things in our school district in a negative way. So your vote counts. Our annual district vote and school board election on the ballot. Proposal number 1 will be our budget, and number 2 will be to vote for 3 school board members. It's your schools and your voice, so we encourage all of our residents to come out 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Tuesday, May 16th at the North High School Gym.